Now, for the past month, KRON4 News has been celebrating remarkable women of the Bay Area. And I had the honor of telling a story of a San Francisco woman who survived the Gilroy Garlic Festival shooting, as well as several other life-threatening situations. Everything she went through inspired her to help others going through similar traumas. And I'm excited to announce to you that she is our winner in the Bay Area. Take a look at her remarkable story. Start to feel symptoms of PTSD.
Any loud noises, strangers, any of those things would bring back quite a bit of flashbacks.
Are they firecrackers?
The day after, I didn't leave my bed. Even now, it makes me emotional thinking of how low of a point that was.
Struggling to find any solid resources for trauma survivors, Megan started going to therapy.
She was beyond helpful, but I kept thinking and trying to keep myself motivated of what do I want to do despite what happened to me.
Written on a pizza box, the idea of Reclaim Foundation was born, a nonprofit to help other survivors of trauma. Just as Megan was gaining a semblance of normalcy, she survived another kind of tragedy, a hit-and-run crash.
Broke my back in 2 places and then pushed my vertebrae towards my nerves. So I actually needed 4 screws and 2 rods to hold my back together.
After Megan got spinal surgery, she learned how to walk and get her strength back up, becoming even more inspired to help others.
I've lived through the worst now. I don't want to let these 2 things limit me from doing it. And it also reframed how much time we have on Earth and how long we have to live.
Reclaim Foundation is completely run by volunteers and supported by donations. The mission is to provide resources to survivors of trauma and connect them with other survivors. Megan is also launching a portal on the website this summer, allowing survivors to write in an online journal to express themselves privately or share publicly.
I've been affected by mass shootings, so I could write an entry, put it into that community, and then other survivors can read it and also share their advice. So if it's a bad day for me, someone could hop on and say, hey, have you tried meditation? Have you tried this resource online? It really helped me. And that way survivors can band together and learn.
And at just 25 years old, with 2 life-shattering traumas under her belt, Megan's life work will continue to be helping other survivors.
Well, I hope traumas cease to exist. For now, they are ongoing, and I hope that Reclaim Foundation can help anyone affected.
It's no wonder Megan Bull has been picked as our winner. Among so many remarkable women, she was picked as the top winner. Now, her story's already inspiring others because it has aired on our newscast, and she's already been reached out to by many people, and I was so grateful that I got to tell her story. And guess what? She's joining us live in the studio here with Daria. Daria?
I've only talked to her for 3 minutes, and I'm already inspired. Megan Bull is with me this morning. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And congratulations. You're moving on now to our national finalists, and you are quite amazing. I'm going to say young woman because you're so young to have accomplished all of this and to have been through so much. Let's talk a little bit about that. You know, up till you went to the Gilroy Garlic Festival, had you ever been through a trauma, physical or mental or otherwise?
Nothing like this.
Yeah.
You know, I went to UC Davis, just graduated college, and was excited to start my career and move to San Francisco. And going to the Gilroy Garlic Festival felt like the great start to start my adult life.
Right, and you said that after the shooting happened, because you were not physically affected, you went home.
Yeah.
And you thought, okay, well, I mean, people might think, okay, I'm fine, but you weren't fine.
I wasn't fine. I was able to leave the festival before the blockade of Gilroy started, and I went home and go, what do I do now? How do I cope with everything I just saw and lived through? You can't just turn on Netflix and forget it.
Right.
And so I started really struggling with my mental health.
And I'm just wondering, since after that you went through a car accident as well, you can compare, you know, mental wounds to physical wounds. And I'm wondering, in your experience, which is harder to recover from, or are they both equal, or what do you think?
They're both very different. But also same at the same time. Physical injuries have such a connection to your mental health as well.
Yeah.
And for me, when I was going through PTSD with the Gilroy shooting, I used a lot of my like physical workouts and things as a way to cope with my mental health.
Right.
And then that was taken away by the car accident.
But here's the thing is, when you're in a car accident and so you break a bone, you go to the hospital, help is there. It's easy, it's visual. You know, they say, oh, well, we'll just fix that. But when you return from the Garlic Festival, you couldn't see those wounds. And that's what really, you said, spurred you to kind of say, okay, how do I help other people?
Yeah.
So how can you help other people? What should people know, you know, as far as getting help now with your foundation?
Yeah, trauma can feel really isolating, and with the most recent shootings in Dallas, Texas, and Sacramento, California, I just want to express to everyone to reach out to your loved ones, reach out to your friends, support one another. If you're impacted, whether you were there that day or you're just a community member, talk to people, start therapy. Log on to reclaimfoundation.org and find resources, and we're here to help.
Do you find that just talking about, you know, trauma helps? Is it private therapy that helped? What helped you?
In the beginning, it was private therapy. I had to kind of find strength in my story. It was something I did not want to talk about, that was difficult to talk about, and it took a lot of time to be comfortable sharing it.
And now here you are talking. And you were saying in that story that we saw that was really, it was raw and it was hard for you to talk. And now, have you changed the way you even think about it? What allows you to give the strength that you have? Like, is it a different process that you go through now when you think about it?
Yeah, when I tell my story now, it's more of the people watching it and the people hearing the story that are also finding strength in it.
Yeah.
It's that hope that someone's finding resiliency and hearing my story going, I can survive this too. I can reclaim my life.
And it's amazing that between your budding career as a chemist and, you know, helping people, and that you're able to do all of this. So what are your plans from here as far as taking the foundation and your career, those two paths?
Yeah, continuing to grow Reclaim Foundation. We're hosting a few events this month for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So April 14th, we're hosting a support group. And April 20th, we're doing a Denim Day inspired paint night, kind of self-care. And then August 1st is our big push to launch our Reclaim Network, where people can journal independently and then share those postings into a community of survivors and other people impacted by trauma.
It's really incredible. And we've got links on our website. I want people to know that this is accessible if they go to KRON4.com. And because you're so amazing, we have all kinds of gifts for you. We have a swag bag with KRON stuff and all kinds of things to pamper yourself. Flowers, of course.
Oh, thank you.
You guys are not going to believe this. So Megan brings in something for us. I'm like, what are you doing? You just can't stop giving. I love this.
Just so honored to be a KRON4 remarkable woman, and I just want to thank everyone here.
Well, and we've got another big thank you as well. And Sarah Stinson.
Everyone, this is a check for you, Megan Bull. This is for your foundation. Usually it goes to the Remarkable Women's nonprofit of their choice. You have started your own nonprofit, so it's a unique situation. So here you go.
Oh, thank you.
And this is for you and all of the good work that you are doing. We are so proud to have met you and honored to have told your story.
Yeah, and you've done incredible things. So thank you for being here this morning and for everything you do.
Thank you so much. This is going to be a huge help and a huge support for Reclaim Foundation.
And a big hi to your parents who are watching right now
Mom and Dad.
in Vacaville, right?
Yes, Vacaville.
Okay. Thank you for Megan, and thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you.